Yeah, we begin this newscast with the search to bring Winter Smith home. The FBI is offering a $25,000 reward, and it has been more than 48 hours since this 2-year-old girl disappeared from her Lansing home. The feds, state and local investigators, and families are all in on this search.
Yeah, the little girl last seen with her mother's ex-boyfriend, who is in custody but will not reveal her whereabouts. Fox 2's Veronica Meadows is live with the latest in the investigation. Good morning, Veronica.
Yeah, good morning. We can all just imagine how heartbreaking this is and how devastating this is for little Winter's family. That search does continue today. Like you both said, local law enforcement along with the feds all teaming up, doing whatever they can to bring this little 2-year-old home. Brandon, like you were saying, the FBI is now offering a $25,000 reward for information leading them to little Winter. Local and federal law enforcement tell us their search is complex. They're knocking on doors, using drones, talking to people who know the suspect, and much more. That suspect, Rashad Trice, is accused of stabbing Winter's mom in Lansing before kidnapping the toddler. Police arrested him in St. Clair Shores after a high-speed chase and a crash on Monday morning. Anyone who knows where Winter is but does not come forward will be charged with a crime. That is one of the biggest messages that law enforcement want us all to take away from what they've been telling us and updating us with so far. Let's take a listen to what the law enforcement saying, and we are also getting word from a former assistant police chief with Detroit Police. He's also weighing in about the complexity of the investigation and where things are headed right now. Take a listen.
They're probably pinging the phones to follow his trail back to Lansing, social media, any family contacts, anything that might lead them to the child.
The suspect is in a hospital in the Detroit area, but the Lansing Police Department officers are guarding him right now, and as soon as he's cleared from medical, then he will be transported up here to Ingham County.
You can't show your anger. You have to sympathize with the individual. Yeah, I know. I get it. You know, I'm divorced, or my wife left me, my husband left me. My kids drive me. I understand totally where you're at. So I understand your frustration, and try to build a confidence and try to build a relationship, and hopefully, and that's not always a good cop, bad cop stuff you see on TV. Sometimes you really try to sympathize with this guy because all you want to do is find this child.
If anybody has knowledge of Winter's whereabouts and chooses not to come forward by choice, you will be charged appropriately.
Yeah, you heard it right there, how complex this investigation is and some of the tactics that investigators may be using to gather more information. The FBI is asking anybody who has any information at all to come forward. There are several different ways that you can do that. The FBI set up a tip line. You can call 1-800-CALL-FBI, or you can submit a tip online. We'll have that information for you, exactly where to go to submit a tip with the FBI on our website, fox2detroit.com. You can find all of the contact information there. But again, Winter's family, the FBI, the local law enforcement, all coming together. They are pleading for anybody with information to come forward. Brandon.
So, Veronica, we have seen how police, both local, state, federal agencies have been involved in the search process. We do know that, we heard from the Winter's grandmother. She had that shoe and that robe. But how has the family been involved in this search process for the past 2-3 days?
Yes, from what we are told and from what we've been keeping in touch with, with Winter's grandmother and with their family, they have been taking a very active role in the search. The grandmother telling us that she has been searching for upwards of 30 hours straight, trying to find little Winter. So again, we do know that they're taking an active role. They are also expected to be searching today with a local nonprofit. Our Charlie Langton is expected to be working that part of the story, so no doubt he will keep us updated. And of course, we will all keep you updated on air, online, as soon as anything new develops.
A lot of emotions involved in this, and the family just wants answers. Veronica, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Ryan.
Detroit police also searching for a missing teenager for several days now. 15-year-old Princess Bomber was last seen Monday evening in Rouge Park. Police say she was with a friend but never returned home. She was wearing black long-sleeve shirt with a green letter A on it. She was also wearing black pants and black Adidas shoes. Anyone with information on her whereabouts asked to call Detroit police.
Well, new this morning, a fire burns a family's garage, and the cause is likely fireworks. This happened late last night on Minnesota Street near DeQuinder and 15 Mile. Of course, there were fireworks going off in the neighborhood and beyond late into the evening. Fire crews quickly got to the scene. Neighbors tell us they believe it was caused by fireworks. The extent of the damage is not yet known. Let's get to the other side of the state in Holland, where a deadly fireworks accident remains under investigation. Neighbors tell us our Fox sister station before the accident, there was a competition over whose fireworks could be the loudest. A 43-year-old Holland woman was killed. 9 others were sent to the hospital.
Also from the west side of the state, we continue to learn more about a city-sponsored fireworks event in Allegan that ended up with multiple injuries.
So what we know is a firework sails into the crowd. It burns several people. Fox's Lauren Edwards spoke with a woman whose kids narrowly avoided injury.
There was an explosion of light and sparks and people screaming.
Melissa Knuckles will never forget what happened Monday night during the fireworks show at Allegan's July 3rd Jubilee. Video given to Fox 17 by viewers shows the mishap.
My husband was in a chair here and he grabbed my daughter, threw her to the ground and went over top of her.
And her 8-year-old son was nowhere in sight.
When my son ran away to get to safety and my husband told me, he said, grab him. And I looked and I couldn't find him. It was immediate panic.
She screamed his name 3 times. He came running right back.
As soon as it was all settled, people immediately started asking, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? And people that were burned, people were getting ice out of their coolers, putting ice on burns.
Melissa says immediately first responders were on scene and people started leaving.
And as we were walking across the bridge, there are fireworks going off on the other pontoons closer to those people, and our minds and our hearts are thinking, why are you still shooting fireworks off from pontoons? People were just hurt.
The city of Allegan released a statement Tuesday which stated that they contracted with Wolverine Fireworks Display, a company they've used for years. It went on to state in part, quote, during the fireworks display, a firework cake from the proximate show unintentionally landed in a crowd located to the east of one of the pontoon boats. This resulted in a handful of minor injuries, all but one of which was treated at the site of the incident. One individual was transported to Helen DeVos Children's Hospital for further evaluation. Our thoughts are with all those who were affected by this unintentional incident. Melissa says by the time they got to the other side of the Iron Bridge, the fireworks show was over. But she believes the city should have added more than just thoughts to their statement.
The fact that no apology was made is very hurtful because I know there were kids out here that had autism.
You gotta believe this story is far from over. That was Lauren Edwards reporting. All of those injuries from the fireworks accident are reportedly minor, and everyone is expected to recover.
An 84-year-old man under arrest after hitting and killing a man. The elderly driver believed to have been drunk. This happening Monday night on Jefferson near Cottrell in Harrison Township. The victim, a 47-year-old man from Troy, trying to cross the street when the driver in a van hit and killed him. Investigators put the driver in jail, impounding his van, but releasing him later on, pending the results of the investigation. Right now, police are not saying the names of the people involved.
Michigan State Police make a bizarre discovery during a drunk driving arrest. I want you to take a look at this. Troopers were called to I-75 in Hazel Park yesterday to respond to a motorcycle crash after the biker collided with a wall and discovered this tiny loaded revolver. Now, police say that biker, a 62-year-old man from Warren, was intoxicated and he was injured in the crash. The man did not have his CPL, but he's expected to face several charges for this incident when he is out of the hospital.